I mean, I was campaigning for this two years ago, and I brought the head of a motorway service network into the House of Commons, who said to MPs how important it is to have signs on our roads to tell where the charging hubs are. And 2 years later, something has happened. It's very important because the people who don't drive EVs are always telling us that there isn't any infrastructure out there where there is. So having these signs will give them an indication that there is an infrastructure for charging out there and that they can confidently switch from combustion to electric. But the government is doing this far too slowly. All these initiatives like pavement, gully, charging, we've been talking about for a long time, and government is moving at the speed of a glacier. When you've got the chairman of Ford saying that he's humbled by electric cars in China, by their price and their specification, their quality, then we really do need to start doing this quickly as a society to protect our auto industry and to make sure that we are competitive and that we have got the growth and we can use this kind of energy transition to bolster the economy.
But of course, anxiety over charging is not the only reason that puts people off getting an EV. I know we are seeing EV ownership, I think, increase generally year by year, aren't we?
We are. I mean, it's 1 out of 4 cars is now electric, and consumers are telling us that, you know, once they've driven an electric car, they've owned an electric car, they wouldn't go back to a combustion car. That's 95%. All the surveys globally say this, and the money you can save by running an electric car is quite considerable, up to £1,500 a year. But again, government needs to control that narrative. I mean, it's people like me and EVA England and EV UK who have been dealing with all the myths on social media. Government really does need to get ahead of this.
For new cars, that is being bought are EVs. But when you talk about the myths, a lot of people, because we talk about this a lot in my job, and a lot of people talk about the fact that the charging infrastructure just isn't up to scratch here, that we don't have the national grid, for example. If everyone bought an EV, wouldn't be able to cope with the load. Are we prepared enough in that regard?
The national grid say that if everybody had an EV now and hooked up, it would be fine. And then you've got to understand that all these electric cars with their batteries can be used to balance the grid. So we need to look at that very carefully. At the moment, national grid say it's all fine. But let's start understanding that we need to reform the electricity market. We need to bring down the price of electricity as well. We have the most expensive electricity in the developed world in the UK. So there's so much more that government should be doing, but they're not. And one of the reasons is that the people on the front bench, they don't drive electric cars. They don't own them themselves. You know, they go get chauffeured around in ministerial cars. So they don't understand about the nuances of charging, where we need them, how long it takes, how long the battery takes to charge, the range. Ask the Secretary of State for Transport, who comes on your programme in a minute, if she owns an electric car. And the answer will be no. And I think that really does have to change, because unless we have the cabinet driving electric cars, it's an abstract concept.
And just finally, if electric cars are beyond your means, you can't afford one, why should we sort of engage in this whole project? What are the benefits, as far as you see them, for the whole country of converting to fully electric?
Well, remember, electric cars, second-hand electric cars, are now cheaper than petrol and diesel cars, and there's a real opportunity to buy incredible value. But the 3 pillars of this are cleaner air in our towns and cities. That's very important for us and for our children. It's also about cheaper mobility for us all. It's much cheaper to drive an electric car, 2p a mile compared to 19p a mile for combustion cars. And then the super goal is that we can produce with batteries and solar and wind cheaper energy for all. And the electric car is the gateway to all that battery stuff and all that renewable energy. So as a society, this is a really important thing to do.
Quentin, nice to talk to you. Thank you very much. Quentin Wilson, who's been campaigning for EVs and better infrastructure for